If you earn $1 and spend $1.10, you'll be a failure. But if you earn $1 and spend 90 cents, you're on the road to success. The four most expensive words in the English language are "this time it's different." If you want to become really wealthy, you must have your money work for you. Self-improvement comes mainly from trying to help others. The best time to invest is when you have money. The difference in effort was quite small, only an extra ounce. But the results, in terms of accomplishment and the quality of the achievement, were often dramatic. In the 100-yard race, the winner doesn't cross the tape line a dozen strides ahead of the field. He wins by inches. It is nice to be important, but it's more important to be nice. For all long-term investors, there is only one objective: maximum total real return after taxes. I can complain because rose bushes have thorns, or rejoice because thorn bushes have roses. Those who surrender freedom for security will not have, nor do they deserve, either one. Bull markets are born on pessimism, grown on skepticism, mature on optimism, and die on euphoria. Remember, no investment is forever. The time of maximum pessimism is the best time to buy, and the time of maximum optimism is the best time to sell. Don't panic. The time to sell is before the crash, not after. To buy when others are despondently selling and sell when others are greedily buying requires the greatest fortitude and pays the greatest reward. If you want to have a better performance than the crowd, you must do things differently from the crowd. Defer pleasure until the job is done. The wise investor recognizes that success is a process of continually seeking answers to new questions. A cocksure approach to investing will lead, probably sooner than later, to disappointment if not outright disaster. Focus on value because most investors focus on outlooks and trends. If a business is not ethical, it will fail, perhaps not right away, but eventually. If you begin with a prayer, you can think more clearly and make fewer mistakes. An investor who has all the answers doesn't even understand all the questions. The only reason to sell them a stock now is to buy other, more attractive stocks. If you can't find more attractive stocks, hold on to what you have. Never forget, the secret of creating riches for oneself is to create them for others. Forgive yourself for your errors. Don't become discouraged, and certainly don't try to recoup your losses by taking bigger risks. Successful people always squeeze all that they can into today's schedule, knowing that tomorrow will be equally full of new deadlines and challenges. The person who really wants to do something finds a way, the other finds an excuse. The investor who says, "This time is different," when in fact it's virtually a repeat of an earlier situation, has uttered among the four most costly words in the annals of investing. Happiness comes from spiritual wealth, not material wealth. Happiness comes from giving, not getting. I focus on spiritual wealth now, and I'm busier, more enthusiastic, and more joyful than I have ever been. I can complain because rose bushes have thorns, or rejoice because thorn bushes have roses. If you're not grateful, you're not rich, no matter how much you have. To get joy, we must give it, and to keep joy, we must scatter it. I wouldn't call it radical, I would call it enthusiasm for progress. Everyone has special talents, and it is our duty to find ours and use them well. The big difference between those who are successful and those who are not is that successful people learn from their mistakes and the mistakes of others. A successful life depends less on how long you live than on how much you can pack into the time you have. The main focus in my life now is to open people's minds so no one will be so conceited that they think they have the total truth. My ethical principle in the first place was, where could I use my talents that God gave me to help the most people? It's self-centered to think that human beings, as limited as we are, can describe divinity. Americans are giving over $70 billion yearly to churches and charity. That is 10 times as much charity as was given in the entire world in any year before this century. Sir John Marks Templeton was an American-born British investor, banker, fund manager, and philanthropist. In 1954, he entered the mutual fund market and created the Templeton Growth Fund, which averaged growth over 15% per year for 38 years. John Marks Templeton was born in the town of Winchester, Tennessee, and attended Yale University, where he was an assistant business manager for campus humor magazine Yale Record, and was selected for membership in the Elihu Society. Thanks for watching. If you like, please share and subscribe.